Yo, what is up? So, I'll be doing a comparison here between the 97 XT and the 4090 on the one scene I've just played. And I actually thought the 4090, although it's doing better than the 9070 XT, I thought it would be doing a bit better than this, to be honest. So that surprised me. One thing I will say is OBS seems to be knocking down FPS a fair bit on this. I think it was at least like 6 FPS because on the 4090, for example, I was getting about 80 FPS when I loaded in, and then I literally started recording with OBS, and it knocked my FPS down to the 70s. So that is one thing I will say. So it won't be an accurate FPS, but I'm using OBS on both the 9070 XT and the 4090, so they're both losing FPS, so it should be fairly accurate. So I've had to cut the video a bit on the 4090 on the left, just to try and keep up with the 9070 XT, because I've done the video a bit quicker on the AMD GPU. But as you can see, it's literally not that far off the 9070 XT. I don't know if Nvidia are not doing that well on this game, but it's running very heavy anyway, even on the 9070 XT. But as you can see, it's not massively far ahead. So that is one thing that surprised me. There's really not much in it. I mean, there it's like, what, 10 FPS is it? Sometimes lower than that. So that, I found that quite interesting. Maybe the developers will need to... I have seen on Twitter that this game actually gets worse the longer you play it in terms of performance. So that's a bit of a worry. I'm enjoying the game so far, but it is just a sign that developers just can't optimise games. Like that Threat Interactive channel said, he's not happy with it, and a lot of people with Unreal Engine games, they do seem to run like crap, let's face it. It just feels like they can't... The visuals are not even that great on here either. I'm finding a lot of games with Unreal Engine, they never blow me away. When you're looking at previous games in the past. So yeah, in terms of the visuals, they're alright, but then they don't blow me away. But yeah, I mean, going back to the FPS, there is a bigger gap here. Not by, I mean, it's just over 10 FPS. Then it goes back, it gets closer there, but it's again, I thought the 4090 would be doing better. I thought it would, because this is a ultra wide 1440p. So I was thinking, well, it should surely be like a consistent 90 to 100 FPS. I was thinking, and then I saw it was at 80 FPS, and then went down when I put OBS on. But it's definitely gonna be dropping below that anyway, from what I've seen. Again, it just felt... I mean, if I was still playing at 4K, I'd probably be more worried about it, but I literally don't hardly play at 4K anymore. I just play on the ultra wide 1440p. I mean, 4K, it just seems a bit... Considering that developers can't optimise their arse from their elbow in a lot of games, I do think 4K is a bit silly for, when I'm thinking about it. When you just think, especially when I'm looking at FSR 4 and DLSS 4, the quality at 1440p is so much better, and I just think, well, I might as well just stay at 1440p because I'm getting more performance, and the image quality is literally looking so close to 4K anyway that I'm not really caring. That's how I look at it. I mean, that is literally how I see it. I try not to think about it too much, because it winds me up how you sort of buy hardware and then the developers don't make the most of it because they can't optimise a game. They're not doing certain things. They're literally releasing games and then they're not optimised. Then you've got to suffer with worse performance, because after what I've read, I know this game is going to run a bit worse. Apparently there's stutters. So I haven't played too much of it, but at the start I thought, well, it's running alright. But then I noticed in this scene I've done, it's got worse with FPS. So I imagine it will run worse the further you go into it. So that's going to be interesting, see what happens with that. But as I said, like I watched a lot of that Threat Interactive, that YouTube channel, and everything he says makes sense. I don't think developers do a good enough job, and then you're looking at Unreal Engine, which really doesn't help. So yeah, I think there needs to be a change really to use better engines that are gonna be more optimised for gaming. I do like the SEMA engine from what that's used a lot in the PC PS ports. So yeah, I think that's the way to go, because as I said, the graphics just don't impress me most of the time in Unreal Engine. Although some can look good, but then there's a lot of fizzle with stuff and hair quality can look bad, and I don't think it's worth it when you look at the drop in performance. But anyway, as far as this game goes, I do think I'm enjoying it in terms of it's been a decent start with what's going on. I won't ruin too much, but yeah, it's been interesting so far. As I said, if you like Mafia games, I think I'd recommend it, although the performance can be a bit iffy, but there's frame generation on the game, so maybe that can smooth it out if it does end up turning out to have stutters. I don't know. I've not got that far yet. On the character models, they look alright. I mean, decent enough. I mean, as I said, it doesn't blow me away, the graphics on it, even with DLSS 4 or FSR 4, and it does remind me of Expedition 33, where it looks alright, but I think if you're using a lot, I think they cover up a lot of the weaknesses, these upscalers, because they're that good, and developers are not doing their job to make them look that great. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.